Hey my friends, greetings red and black fans, this is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're new here, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, hit the notification bell, and leave that awesome like on the video. We're here recording and bringing you a lot of information about Mango. My friend Marcelo Anjinho has arrived and his suitcase is here. He arrived, I picked him up at the airport, he stopped by my house, met Otto Patamar, and now he's out shopping. That's how I am with my friends. I pick them up at the airport, take them out, we'll have dinner soon, and he went to buy a few things at the supermarket. Anjinho's thing is buying protein snacks, bars, those things he likes to eat. So Anjinho is there, and we're going to bring you some information. Man, funny thing, Morocco and Ecuador tied 1-1. And Platita Gonçalo Plata gave an assist. But man, his assist went like this. He controlled the ball. Yaboa shot like before Plata could shoot. He went there and took the shot. It wasn't technically an assist, but it'll still count as one. It's good because it raises his value, so when Flamengo negotiates, Platita's value is already higher. It's important because Flamengo is going to need this deal if things really keep going this way. Because he unfollowed Flamengo, removed the photos, almost all of them, and left only one post that had a Flamengo photo with the Libertadores trophy. So, man, that's what I'm saying. We want Flamengo to make a profit, for Flamengo not to lose money in the deal, and really hope Gonçalo Plata does great in the World Cup. And obviously it will count as an assist. Yaboa brought the ball down. If he had shot, if he had let him shoot, maybe the ball wouldn't have gone in. He controlled the ball to shoot, but the other guy scored first, so it was counted as an assist. So at least we celebrate that the asset is appreciating. Man, regardless of anything, we're always going to root for what's best for Flamengo. My pride is seeing Flamengo win. My pride is Flamengo doing well. Players come and go, directors come and go. Man, we, the fans. Also, soon we won't be here anymore. In 100 years, everyone here will be gone forever. In 100 years, maybe even less, maybe 80 years, everyone here won't be here anymore. So man, what remains? Flamengo. Okay? So it's Flamengo that matters after all. So let me share this information with you, okay? That's it, man. Flamengo is waiting for Gonçalo Plata's value to go up to see if they can recover their investment. Check it out. The news is really good, okay? Leo Ortiz, let's congratulate Leo Ortiz. He's gonna be a dad, right? The Flamengo defender and his wife, Maite Ortiz, announced that they're expecting a baby. The news was shared with great joy by the couple who are experiencing a special moment off the field. And of course, may the child be born healthy and bring even more happiness to the family. That's what we wish for Leo Ortiz. Maite, man, everything's gonna be all right. Otinho is here, bringing a lot of joy to our lives. Milano is here too, bringing joy to Arasca. The most important thing is that we always have our family, right? Man, life feels renewed with a child. A kid, man. Kids are the most important thing, right, guys? I feel really happy. Yeah. Ooh. Look at that. Leo Ortiz posted it, right? Look, he posted with his wife, okay? Amazing, amazing. Showing that he's gonna be a dad. Look at that. That moment is incredible, man. Incredible. Congratulations to our defender, who's going to be a dad. Guys, check this out. Just to let you know, since you're here too, I'm just stopping by to bring Marcelo Anjinho so he can do his shopping and all. I already picked him up at the airport in a car from MEPS. You know how it works? They delivered it to my house. But are you also arriving at the airport? You can look it up, okay? Look here. MEPS rent a car, okay? It's very simple. You can go to MEPS rent a car and you can secure your car in Florida, okay? Miami, Orlando. So it's super intuitive, okay? The website is super intuitive. You just go in, enter the date you need, the airport, and everything else. You can choose to return it elsewhere, and you can pick up the car It's very simple at the airport, and you can also check out Perfume Land, okay? Just look for Perfume Land on Instagram, okay? You'll find the mega store. That'll take you to Perfume Land. Man, you get in touch with Perfume Land and they have the SIM card for you to use in the United States. If you're coming for the World Cup, you can use this SIM card. And they'll give you the eSIM right there. If you have a phone with eSIM, you arrive at the airport, you'll activate it right away. They'll activate it for you. You'll see it there. You'll accept the eSIM. And you'll arrive in the United States with your eSIM already working. Your new SIM card will be working, all right? So get in touch with Perfume Land. You can also take advantage while you're at the store because, man, the prices are the lowest and all the products are fantastic. Perfume Land is spectacular. We have the largest variety of perfumes. There are also cosmetics and electronics, so it's definitely worth checking out. But the SIM card tip is especially good. And there's also this tip about mapsrentacar.com BR. Well, let's go. We've already talked about Leo Ortiz. We've already talked about Platita, right? Who gave an assist, right? And we have some important information to share with you. Man, BAP gave an interview to Flamengo TV, to Mango Cast. Right? It was spectacular. Yeah, he talked about some impressive topics. He denied the news about the stadium land issue. He made it clear that Flamengo wants to broadcast all the games this year. Just so you know, he also said that Flamengo's jersey is worth 475 million and the others are worth 130 million. He shared details about Flamengo's sponsorships. BAP also revealed that Flamengo had been monitoring Leonardo Jardim for over 5 years, highlighting the coach's adaptation process. Guys, what BAP said in the interview is impressive. Those are some amazing quotes, right? I just want to let you know real quick and also share this update that there's a problem. He had a thigh injury. Wesley was left out of the squad. We're covering the national team's training sessions here in the United States. And we had Wesley, a Flamengo youth product, cut from the Brazilian national team. He felt pain in his right thigh and had an injury. Tests carried out this Friday confirmed muscle injuries, both for him and also for Rafinha from Barcelona, who also had the same problem and was dropped from the squad. All right? So, just letting you all know then, the information from BAP's interview. Man, that's the topic of the day, isn't it? That's all anyone's talking about. So he said it's important, you know? He said the money isn't infinite, right? About Flamengo's financial situation. About the possibility of building the stadium as well. Let's see what BAP said regarding the stadium issue, because for me, that's a spectacular quote. The one about the stadium. And man, the whole Flamengo TV thing, the game broadcast too, all of that is spectacular. Let's take a look here.
Stadium, anywhere we go, this happens. We now have land for our own stadium. We are not going to build a stadium with the interest rates the way they are in Brazil today. The stadium costs 3,000, 15% usage, 451.
It's possible.
850 million crickets, you need 80 million euros with 2 installments per year. With 2 installments per year in interest.
You see that? We're not going to build a stadium now with the current interest rate. That's 2 installments per year in interest.
Interest, without paying anything on the principal. So building a stadium for Flamengo under these conditions is sporting suicide. You'll face Vensu. With lower interest rates and Flamengo doubling in size, I'm confident my current view will change in 3 or 4 years as the country improves.
Evolução financeira do Flamengo por outra. Então, assim, nós vivemos 130 anos sem ter um estádio para chamar de nosso. Imagina se a gente tivesse um estádio. O que o Flamengo seria? Não seria uma vazão?
Yes.
Então, do jeito que tá, a gente vai levando. Zeca Pagodinho, a vida leva eu. Né? Sou feliz e agradeço. Sou feliz e agradeço pelo que Deus me deu.
Thank you.
Cada vez.
E aproveitando, presidente, está tudo bem ali com o terreno do gasômetro?
Look at that now, huh?
What came out there isn't correct. It's not true. There were concerns about this kind of issue that's being brought up, but it had already been solved almost 8 months ago. It's being brought up again now, and I don't see this as a problem. I think the biggest problem for Flamengo Stadium is the problem itself, because there's a new one every hour. Now here's the thing, Rykraus. Hey, ask the question, Rykraus, but this is abuse.
Just to drag this topic out, since it's a journalistic question, he can answer you, partner. I know you were just thinking about that, and now it's come to this. Wow, but Baca just said that he only associates with brands he can choose because he already has an established wealth, because Flamengo has money, because Flamengo now presents itself as the best managed club in Brazil. Then you come here and cry poverty and say the stadium will be too expensive. I think this happens because people often feel money should be spent when you have it. I guess balancing Flamengo's finances.
Look, so he said that the information that came out in the legal filing was recycled, that it's not true, it's not accurate. Those were concerns, but they didn't actually happen, okay? So that's very important, okay? BAP also talked about this issue of having money but not spending it, right? He said the following, look, I thought it was important for us. Money isn't infinite. People say that Flamengo makes 1.2 billion, but we don't profit 1.2 billion. Revenue and the money left over are different. So last year we had 365 million reais left over. Is it a lot of money for any club in the country? Right? It is. That doesn't pay 70% of the interest for 1 year on the stadium's capital, okay? So, Flamengo has a lot of money for the standard of a football club we have here. Flamengo doesn't have enough money to build the stadium that Flamengo wants, that the fans deserve, given Brazil's cost of capital. And then he explains, okay? One important thing that he explains, Flamengo today, right, is in a situation, for example, like a guy who has 100 reais, but he won't pay 100 reais for a Coke since it's not worth it. He explained that. So, Flamengo will look for the right moment to build its stadium, okay? 70% interest. Yeah. That doesn't pay 70% of the interest for 1 year on the stadium's capital. The amount he mentioned is what Flamengo actually profits in a year. So does Flamengo have money? Yes. Is Flamengo really rich compared to other clubs? Yes. But they can't afford the luxury of losing their competitive strength. Because by doing that, Flamengo will go into debt and won't be able to invest in soccer and won't get results on the field. So he's absolutely right, okay? We also had him talking about Leonardo Jardim, right? He also said that he's been going to the training center more often. He's been going more than people think. It's just not publicized. But it was already like that with Felipe. I used to go twice a week. We used to have 2 meetings a week, which I still do. There are 2 games a week. So we basically talk about what went right and what went wrong, what we need to improve, where we need to review the planning, how we manage the players' minutes, since we have a squad that isn't young. We get into logistics issues, travel dates and times, and hotels. We plan transfer windows ahead and check if any positions need filling. Looking first at the youth academy, there are many discussions. I've never asked the coach which lineup he's going to use, but I try to understand the concept and compare what I see in training with what happens in the game. I don't go around the training center talking to the players. Recently, while I was having lunch, Danilo asked to sit next to me. We talked about adapting to Brazil, family. I didn't ask if he was going to play. Danilo is prepared for more than just what's on the field. If he's interested, he'll be a great executive. He is aware of what he doesn't know, and he's eager to learn. I'm available to help with football to whatever extent I'm needed. There's a group with Boto and Leonardo. We often exchange messages. We always keep in touch even though I'm not there. So he's making it clear that there's a group with Boto and Leonardo. So Flamengo has support there. Very cool revelation. Flamengo has support there. Spectacular, okay? Off the field. And BAP also talked about a very important issue, which was the Leonardo Jardim situation, okay? I just said it just now, man. I just said it just now, okay? The Plata was actually trying to control the ball and the guy took advantage and kicked it, right? Oh. So, my friends, just to wrap up this topic about what he said regarding Leonardo Jardim, I thought it was fantastic. Look, let's listen here.
All to know what kind of profile we're going to find. Leonardo Jardim has been on our radar for over 5 years. We've already been evaluating Leonardo Jardim. When Jorge Jesus left, one of the names, we thought of a few names, and one of them was Leonardo Jardim. So what happens is that many times you have a contractual problem, a personal situation with the coach at the moment you need the coach. He's not available, so you have to make everything line up. So we always have 3 or 4 coaches that we consider. At least I like to work this way. In the same way that we have 3 or 4 goalkeepers that we follow, 3 or 4 fullbacks, center backs, defensive midfielders, forwards, we also have 3 or 4 coaches that we keep track of. We keep watching. There are people who keep an eye on how the guy works, how he sets up his team, because Flamengo has a way of playing and a DNA that we want to maintain. If someone says they'll play for 1 chance at Flamengo, they won't coach here. We don't want that style. Oh, but you could win and be champion?
Yes, you could.
But that's not what Flamengo is like. So this thing about respecting your DNA is important here. So the first thing is whether Leonardo Jardim fits our DNA. He does.
Tem. E aí tem características pessoais.
So we went to get to know him a little more. So when Leonardo arrived after just a week, it felt like he had been here for 6 months.
That's a fantastic statement.
Ele gosta genuinamente de conversar. Eu acho que ele tem aspecto de mais sério.
And tougher than he is on a daily basis. He is much more affable in daily interactions than he seems to be. That's very positive. So he's a sweet person who likes people. And to deal with people, it seems obvious, right? To deal with people, we put people who like people. It's not necessarily like that. It's not true for everyone. So since he likes dealing with people, some things become much simpler, much easier. So I think the squad embraced Leonardo because of his ability and competence during training.
See how wild that is. The squad embraced Leonardo.
The squad likes the challenges he brings to training, but also the way he interacts with the athletes on a daily basis. So I think off the field we scored 3 points.
Yeah, my friends, spectacular. Spectacular. I think this video is gonna be a bit long, okay? Here's what I'll do. I'll continue first thing in the morning. I'll also post the rest on our platforms. We'll do it first thing in the morning. He also talks about other situations he mentioned. We talked about the stadium issue. I think this, man, it's motivating to hear that what BAP said about Leonardo Jardim, that the squad embraced the coach, that the squad likes him, that the squad embraced him. Coach, look, that's it. It's probably the most important news of the year so far, that this change was well received by the team, that the team liked the coach. That, for me, is priceless. That's it. I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on the notification bell, and leave a big like on the video. Thank you so much for your company. Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Thanks.